Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your November 2021 love reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridging the gap spread. And the way it works is we'll look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, and on the right side we have the Tarot Sexual Magic. Also, keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely address that. Alright, so with all that away, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the King of Staves. So this is actually Leo energy, which is your opposite sign. And it always stands out to me with the artwork here in particular when, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, when we think of Leo season, we think of a lot of life and vibrancy, right? But here we see there's not really any trees on the leaves. So for some of you, I feel like this is saying that you might have held back on expressing your feelings to this person for a long time. So I feel like you've had the feelings for a long time. But what I'm getting also is for some of you might be because you might have gone through some financial difficulties. So you might have felt like, oh, I don't really want to propose a long-term commitment to this person until I feel like my finances are more in order. You know, could have been something along those lines there. But yeah, it definitely looks like you had that desire for this person, but there seemed to be a bit of a struggle as far as something was holding you back from expressing it to them. Past energy on their side, we have the King of Swords. So this is actually Aquarius energy here. So for some of you, this could just be saying the cards on the right is going to resonate with you more than on the left. But aside from that, it could just be saying that obviously they might have had a heavy focus on you, but at the same time, they might have been very detached and not open and outwardly expressing their feelings toward you. So that might have been what held you back a little bit too, where you're like, okay, are these feelings reciprocated or not, right? So that could have been what was causing the blockage in the past. All right, present energy on your side, we have the King of Cups. So this is actually Scorpio energy here. So for one, this could just be saying that this is going to be how you're feeling during Scorpio season. But now if we look, we see the emotions are starting to kick in with the water energy. But now his back is also turned to the cards on his side. So I feel like this is saying that you're still holding the feelings for this person. But again, it feels like you're not necessarily expressing those feelings to this person. Now, I will say the good thing here is that this is Scorpio energy, which is your 10th house of career and social status. So if it was a financial issue that you felt was holding you back in the past, this could just be saying that you might get some elevation there that eventually would help you feel like you do have what you need to actually come forward and express your feelings for toward this person as far as wanting a long-term commitment. All right. Present energy on their side, we have the Nine of Swords. So this is Gemini energy here. Usually it's a lot of energy of overthinking things, losing some sleep, a lot of anxiety. So could just be saying that, especially if you're withdrawn from them now they might be a little bit concerned about what to do next. For others of you, though, this could just be saying that they might feel like they have bad luck in love in general. So that might be why they come across a bit cold and standoffish. All right, future energy on your side, we have the 10 of coins. So this is Virgo energy here. And to me, this looks like it's pointing to a couple of different things. For one, like I said, if there was a financial issue in the past that was holding you back in some way, it looks like that is going to be alleviated. It looks like you're going to be seeing an improvement around your finances. And then also we see the open energy now, right? So where these two energies seem to be a bit closed off, we see a lot more of an openness here. And this is 8th house energy for you guys too. So it could just be saying that you're more open to being intimate, vulnerable within the connection. And the future energy on their side, we have the 2 of Pentacles. So this is Capricorn energy here. So, I mean, if you look at the artwork here, what always stands out is it looks like he's very reluctantly coming toward her, right? So it's like there's still that bit of fear there. Like he's, it looks like the desire is clearly there. He's still moving toward her, but at the same time, we could see there's like a bit of hesitancy on his part to actually place his hands on her. So it could just be one of those things, which is to say they're moving closer to being more connected as well, but I feel like this person actually moves pretty slow themselves. So that could have been the issue between the two of you. Neither of you were really taking action in the connection. In the future, looks like you might be a bit more likely to do so, at least as far as we see the open energy on your hand. But then it could also just be saying that you might still wait on them to do so, and if so, it might just take a little while. This represents the first 10 degrees of Capricorn, so for some of you, it could just be saying that as we get toward the end of the year, in December, they might actually come forward and make an offer towards you, but that's what I see there. All right. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have Sacrifice. So yeah, this is Pisces energy here, and given that Pisces is second house for you guys, which can point to finances and possessions, that could just be saying that that might have been what it was. You might have felt like you needed to sacrifice the connection with this person in the past because you felt like you had some things that you needed to tie up when it comes to finances. So that might have been what pulled you away from them. Especially given what we see here too with the Princess of Coins. Similar as far as not a lot of life on the tree, so it could just be saying like you felt like you really had to improve your finances before you could move toward a connection with this person. Now, to be fair, some of you might have just been dating casually, right? But you might have felt like to take that next step to say, hey, I want to be committed with you. I want you to move in with me, or things along those lines. You might have felt like, all right, I need to improve my finances before I could take that next step, you know? But for others of you, you might have just felt like you were holding back in general because of that reason. All right, bottom of the deck on their side, we have the moon. So yeah, it looks like there's a bit of confusion on their part too, and like I said, it looks like just there was more of an energetic block in the past for sure. Even in the present, we do see a lot more openness in the future. It still might move a bit slow though. So maybe as we go through these eclipse energies that are going to be coming up in November, December, that might help clear all that energy out for sure. And the good thing is underneath that, we do see the Nine of Chalices. So this is definitely very much an energy of wish fulfillment. So looks like there will be that forward positive movement between the two of you. Like I said, for some of you, it might take more until we get into December, given that we see that Two of Pentacles energy there, but it does look like you will see improvement for sure. So we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see what we get from the Moonlight deck. I did pre-shuffle this deck, and first I'm going to be looking for jumpers here as far as unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. But worst case, if we don't get any jumpers, I'll just put the deck down and we'll pull a card for each side. So let's see what we get. Oh, already got one there. Looks like two, actually. All right, and next we'll see if we get any from them to you. All right, so nothing's coming up. So what I'll do is I'll just put the deck down and just give me a few seconds to tune in, and we'll just pull a card. All right, we'll take that one there and move these out of the way. All right, so let's see. On your side, we have Forbidden. It says, even though we shouldn't, I still want you. So interesting message there. For some of you, given that there is another person in the artwork in this card, maybe in the past that's why you held back, because it's possible they might have been in another connection. So that's certainly another layer to what could have been holding you back in the past. And we have Choice. It says, I'm trying to make a very difficult decision and it involves you. So yeah, that I could see aligning with the energies we have on your side as well, where, like I said, it looks like you guys, I thought it was primarily financial, where you're like, all right, I want to get to this certain goal before I could put the energy into the connection. But for others of you, it might have been more of that situation where, okay, maybe you felt like they were in another connection, so even though you had the desire for them, you didn't really want to cross that line. So those both make sense. Hopefully those resonate with you. And on their side, we have Ghost. Okay, it says, I won't stay for very long. I'm sorry. So Interesting energy there. I didn't necessarily get that that would be the energy they would give off. In the past, it definitely seemed like there's the detached energy with the Nine of Swords. Like I said, there is a lot of anxiety and worry. I feel like their energy has where um, they could be one of those types where they just feel like they have bad luck in love in general. So in a way, that can cause a person to operate out of that ghosting energy. But I will say with the Two of Pentacles, I do feel like this to me represents that they will eventually warm up to the idea, you know. So it seems like they are a little bit shy when it comes to commitments, but I do see them actually most likely for the majority of you anyway, moving forward and being stable. But we'll see what the Wisdom of the Oracle deck has to say. So we'll pull a card from here next. I pre-shuffled this deck as well. Here we're just looking for one card though, with general advice, and we'll wrap up with that. All right, got one that doesn't want to go back in the deck, so I'll take that. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, we have Truth to Be Told. There's the artwork, and the number is 14. So let's see what it has to say. Okay, it says honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. The oracle's message. There is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and spirit will answer with miracles. So definitely an interesting message there, especially for those of you who are maybe if they were in a previous commitment in the past, and that might have been what held you back, you know, that could be resonating with that. The relationship message says people tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based on your personality and experience up to now. A higher truth will be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back. Speak your truth and listen. So yeah, I mean, I will say in general, it does seem like communication between the two of you would help clear some things up because, like I said, it seems like this person, for those of you if they weren't already in an for commitment, could just be saying that they're a bit closed off and detached because they might feel like they have bad luck when it comes to love. Now, like I said, it looks like you were waiting for some goal, which it looks like you will be achieving, that'll make you more open to the relationship. But yeah, at the very least, it does look like you would benefit from a conversation. I do see that there's quite a bit of potential here, but like I said, it looks like they might be a bit slow moving. So if you're waiting on them, it might take until December, toward the end of December at that. But if you do open up lines of communication with them, you might feel like they move slow, but I do feel like they will be pretty steady and consistent. All right, so whatever resonated with you guys, we'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.